Welcome. Thanks again for your willingness to be part of the Grow Group ministry at Greencastle Christian Church. We believe that life happens best in community. God did not create us to be alone, but created us for community with Him and with others. So that's why we believe firmly it's the role of the church to make disciples in relational environments, and you are a very key part of that work. Opening your home or gathering your friends at Starbucks or wherever to be a place for people to grow intentionally. Thank you so much for what you're willing to do. Now for this video, I want to talk a little bit about how do you gather people for a grow group. See, when people hear about grow groups, they have a lot of misconceptions, a lot of ideas that may not necessarily be true. One misconception I think people have is that a grow group or a small group at church means I need to invite 12 strangers to my house. Not necessarily. I want to give you permission to recruit people for your group from people you already know. I want you to think about this. God has put you where you are on purpose. Where you work, where you live, your family, your friends, everywhere you are, God has you there for a purpose. So I encourage you to think through the circles that you walk in. Who are your neighbors? Who are your co-workers? Who are the parents of your kids' friends in soccer or Cub Scouts or band? Who are those people in the circles you walk in that you may be able to invite? Maybe they're part of Greencastle Christian Church. Maybe they're not. But think through and maybe even write out a list of people they are and pray over that list and then simply invite them. Now, can that get a little awkward? Maybe. But I want to encourage you to embrace the awkward. All you're doing is inviting somebody to your house or to a gathering if you're meeting at the church or at another location to come and talk about life and faith and God together. Think about your family members. Do you have extended family in the area that could be part of that? You might even think about the people who sit around you in church. So many of us, we have our assigned seats that we just naturally gravitate to each and every week. Are there people who sit around you that you say hi to and connect with? And then after you invite a few people, you get a few people to say yes. Maybe you ask them, hey, who do you know? Who do you think we could invite? So maybe you don't know them, but your friend knows them, and it's a friend of a friend. You see how it works? All of us have connections. Another thing I want to encourage you on is don't say no for somebody else. Sometimes you may think of, well, John Smith. Well, yeah, but he's so busy with all of these things, there's no way he'd say yes, so I'm not even going to ask him. Well, don't do that to poor John Smith. Maybe he is busy. Maybe he needs a grow group like this to help him assess his own busyness and his own schedule. You don't know what God has in store for someone else, so don't say no for someone. Simply ask. And the last thing I want to say is don't take it hard if somebody says no. People say no for all kinds of reasons. People said no to Jesus when he walked this planet. Sometimes people say no because they're busy. Some say no because that night of the week is simply the one night that's not going to work. Some say no because they're intimidated by questions about faith and just aren't ready yet. Don't take it personally. but just keep praying for that person. And you got to figure that God will lead them, move them to your group or to somebody else's. Again, thank you so much for being part of this ministry, and I really look forward to see what God is going to do through you and your friends and family and everyone else He brings to your group.